Everyone, Stu here with Valkyrie Inspirations. Tonight, this live isn't a call out. It's just a mirror. And I want to know if you see yourself in it, just sit with me for a second. Now, we're always good about showing up for someone else, whether it's to help them, whether it's to just be there for someone, shoulder to lend, shoulder to cry on, an ear to lend, just to vent. You know, a helping hand for someone. You're constantly giving and giving and giving. But that's what we do. We give and we give and we give. But then we don't stop to give to ourselves. Now, I'm not talking physically about giving yourself things from the store or monetary value. I'm talking about giving yourself a mental break. Giving yourself that selfish indulgence of helping yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, however, religiously, spiritually. You feel guilty for wanting to rest. Because that's what you don't understand is that if you're constantly going and constantly giving, you will eventually run too empty, just like a car. You fill up a gas tank all the way up to full, and you get down to a half tank, or right now in today's economy, maybe a quarter tank. But the thing is we don't let our cars go all the way to empty. Why are you letting your life, your mental health, go all the way to empty and to be drained and to be exhausted? And you wake up and you're thinking to yourself, I got this today. I'm grinding, and the grind is there. You're grinding, but what are you grinding for? We could all say, well, this means something to me. This is who I am. I'm just a selfless person. It's great to be a selfless person. Sometimes you have to be selfish for yourself. Sometimes you have to just take that step back and regain your footing. Regain a moment of clarity. Now, you being selfish to take care of yourself is more than anything being selfless. You're being selfless to yourself because you're showing up for yourself. You're letting yourself know it's okay that the world is going on and I can stop for a second. I need to be able to silence the noise. Silence that constant chaos that you feel running around about the lies and truths and other people's opinions and constant drama and outside feedback that you're just giving and giving and giving. But are you also receiving from that? And what are you receiving from that? This is important because it is who you are. It's who you're supposed to be for yourself. There's going to be days where you're constantly treading water, where you almost just want to throw in a towel and just say, I quit, but why? We started something for a reason. We started a goal, a vision. We all have a vision. We all had a dream growing up. Dreams change, but the thing that doesn't change is you having to show up for yourself. Now, if you ever feel like you're ever alone, no one's ever there for you, it's just always so quiet. And if you ever feel like you're getting into that dark space, always reach out for the crisis line at 988. Veterans, extension 1, like always. If you're old school like me and didn't know the crisis line had changed to 988, you also have the old school hotline of 1-800-273-8255. Thing is, you're not alone. There's people treading water every day. They show up from themselves. They have a goal, a mindset. Thank you, brother. I know we have brothers and sisters everywhere, individuals, strangers, people that we haven't even met yet, have not came across yet, that have every mind, every intention of getting up the next day to be something greater than they were yesterday. But the question is, did you put self-improvement into yourself yesterday? Did you plant something inside yourself that says, I am changing this one thing, this one small change? What's it going to hurt? What's one small change in your life going to hurt? Are you trying to get healthy? Change your mindset. Change the way you think. Okay, what would a healthy person need? If you're trying to become a better businessman, what did this person set goals to? How did they achieve what they wanted to achieve? What goals did they set? And then they made them. Not overnight. It was not an overnight success, but they showed up consistently for themselves on a daily basis. They started showing that one small change here. This goes something positive here. So I could change this thing too. That's what all life is about, is daily changes. Small changes for big wins. Now, are you giving yourself enough space for these small changes? Or are you just saying, okay, I'm going to give myself 5 minutes, and then that's a great change, and then I'm just going to go about my regular routine, how I used to do it? But that one small change, if you do it consistently, becomes a habit, and habits change to form something greater. What habits have you thought about changing that you thought, this isn't who I am, but it's someone who I need to be? You had to show up for yourself daily because that's who you thought you were. That's who you thought you had to be. Someone who showed up just to give. You showed up for your friends. You show up to work. You grind at work. You give them your all. You go home to your family and you're running on fumes. You're running on that coal. Thank you, Barry. And you're just mentally exhausted, but you're like, with just one more, I can push through this. But why are you pushing through? If you don't give yourself that stillness, that 5 minute reset to slow down your thoughts, slow down your own thinking about who you are as a person, and understanding what are lies or people's opinions versus what are truths that have been physically seen, physically proven. Being mentally exhausted and showing up is exhausting. But all that hard work pays off in the end, because there's something greater that you are building. Maybe it's you're building a better life for yourself, for the next generation, for your kids. Maybe you just want to be a better person to give back to those who might need it. You have to stop the spiral. Stop the negative thinking. And you have to see that positivity on that rainy day. There are days where it's going to rain. The sun might not shine. But those are the days that you need it the most to help you grow what you're trying to instill in yourself. Because plants just don't need to be watered daily. They don't need sun daily. It's a combination of everything. We're just like plants. We don't take care of ourselves, we're going to eventually die. If we don't feed ourselves, or if we don't drink water or drink something, if we don't feed our body or give ourselves something to quench our thirst, eventually we're going to die. So why are you killing your mental health? Why are you killing your own body for an output that's just giving you negativity. I always hear people say, well, I just don't like my job. I just don't like my environment. I just don't like my coworkers or the people I work with. I just don't like this. I just don't like that. Well, things just aren't the way they used to be anymore. This is changing. That's changing. Well, of course it's changing. It's life. Sun rises in the morning, sets in the evening. Moon rises in the night, sets in the morning. I mean, it's a 24-hour cycle. There ain't no pause button. You can't rewind it. You can't go back. But what matters is, what are you planting and what are you growing? What are you feeding and watering yourself to stop that spiral? To give yourself that one moment of understanding, of peace, of growth, of being able to catch your thoughts and ask yourself, is this true or is this a lie? Truth and lies. We tell ourselves all the time that, oh, well, this person matters to me, so their opinion matters, so it's who I'm going to transform to be. Well, this person taught me something negative about me and has mentally put it into me daily, so I must not be good enough. But you show up consistently for yourself. If you're showing up consistently, how are you not good enough? You're putting in the time, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort. You you give to everyone else, everything else. The time, you give your time to someone else. You give your time to work. You give your time to friends. You give your time to family. Are you giving time to yourself? To truly understand that self-improvement and self-growth and a better mental health reset will lay a positive attitude, a positive habit for yourself. In my past, I've worked with great people, wonderful people, joked around with them, and then there's other individuals where it was straight professional, and we kept it professional. But that's who we are as people. We're always letting everyone else's thoughts or expectations rent space in our head. But if they're a part of your past, then they shouldn't really mean anything, because that's who they were, not who you were. I mean, once you move out of an apartment or a rental for your lease or your rent month by monthly, you once you move out of that apartment, once you break that lease, once that contract is up, you don't why you don't pay them because you're not living there anymore. So why are you letting that one person pay rent in your head? Why? Rent isn't free. Air's free. The wind that's blowing my trees is free. Advice is free. But what are you giving yourself right now? If you could give yourself 5 minutes just to stay still and just listen and catch negative things, negative thoughts, negative energy, negative vibes, and say, hey, you're evicted. You're not going to rent space in my head. You no longer serve me a purpose anymore, so sorry, our contract is broke. Whether that's past relationships, past friendships, past people that you understood or you thought you understood. But in order to see improvement and self-growth, you have to be uncomfortable with getting to understand yourself and being able to grow your mental capacity on being a better person. Now, if you think I have it all figured out, I sure don't. Oh, I wish I did. But that's the beauty of life, isn't it? We're allowed to wake up the next day and try again. The phrase YOLO, you only live once, should be Yoda, you only die once, you live every day. But that's what I'm saying. What are you living for? Are you living for yourself? Are you bringing that self mental reset to yourself to be able to bring your gas tank back from empty back up to full? You take care of your car. You take care of your coffee, or when your coffee goes empty, you fill it back up. I mean, that's what I do. I love my coffee. I love my truck. My truck never goes on empty. I make sure I have gas for it. So why are you making sure that you're not filling up your own tank? Because if you're constantly running on E means exhausted. E means you're empty. E means you have nothing left to give, but you're just running on fumes. Stop. It's okay to stop. It's okay to give yourself time. You might not have it all figured out. You figuring it out. What does that mean, figuring it out? We learn from our mistakes. We learn from advice from people. We learn from what our experience, our skill sets. But we also have to learn how to pause for ourselves. I'm going to leave you all at this. If you can, just take a moment. Just take 5 minutes of your time tonight, tomorrow, anytime that you think about it, that you were able to give yourself 5 minutes to slow down, 5 minutes to stay still. Doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be preachy. You don't have to say what you did if you wanted to. But if you just sat there and gave yourself time, would like for you to drop a hashtag forged in stillness. This tells us that you stopped to catch a moment. That you stopped to refill yourself. That you stopped to give yourself space. I love you all. And I love that everyone keeps showing up. Because voices can only do so much. But it's that power of belief that you keep on showing up for yourself, that you believe in yourself and you believe in your goals, that you're going to be a better person in the long run. That's a storyteller with Valkyrie Inspirations.